time is on your side. Today we are talking all about the herb thyme. You've probably got it in your kitchen. I'm sure you've cooked with it. Today we're going to talk about how to work with thyme in two different ways. One, we're going to make some tea. You know I love some tea. And two, we are going to work with tea in an herbal steam, which is one of the most, I think, underrated ways to work with thyme, or any herb for that matter, so stick around. So let's talk about thyme. This thyme is one of my favorite herbs to work with during any kind of respiratory infection. If I'm congested, if I have a sore throat, if I have a cough. This works especially well for sinus congestion. There tends to be an affinity for the head and respiratory tract. It's antimicrobial, antioxidant. It tastes really good. Extra bonus. Thyme is a really warming herb. It's not something I work with every day. I do put it in a lot of blends. I usually run hot, and remember, herbs are for people and symptoms, not for particular afflictions. So for me, thyme is delicious, absolutely, but it's not something I turn to every day because I usually run hot. My constitution is hot. My husband, on the other hand, I will put this in tea blends for him a lot more often because he runs cold. So just get to know your body and then get to know how teas like thyme that we know are warming feel in your body. Well, now let's make some tea. All right, it's time for Sarah's super low-tech setup. Let's make some thyme tea. First up, I've got my herb material. I buy thyme by the pound. I go through tons of it. So I'm gonna put a healthy spoonful in my disposable tea bag. I'll have links for you down below. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, awesome. And thyme is pretty dense, cut sifted thyme. So a healthy spoonful goes a long way. And now I'm going to put it just in one of my reusable insulated coffee cups. Does it have to say pumpkin spice girl on it? No, but it doesn't hurt. So here we go. Another thing I love when I make thyme tea, I've kind of been on a dehydrated citrus kick, and I will throw a couple slices, these happen to be lemon, boop, right in my tea when I brew it. Kind of rehydrates, and it just pulls so much delicious flavor out of those lemon slices. I just love it. Ta-da. I have my kettle of water just off the boil, and I'm gonna fill it up about halfway. I'm just making a large cup of tea, so I'm not gonna fill up the whole insulated cup. I'm also gonna make a big mess with the water, as is the way. All right, there we go. Sweet. I'm gonna cover this with the lid and I'm gonna let this steep for about 10 minutes and then we'll have a taste. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so now let's drink some tea. I have a cup with some spruce tips infused honey, which is amazing. We are going to talk about infused honeys. They can totally up your game, but any honey will do. If I'm going to have some tea for something that's bothering my respiratory tract or I have a sore throat, a little honey in your tea is going to go a long way towards soothing that cough. So here I'm just going to decant for my super low-tech setup and make a mess, as is the way. We'll give her a little stir. It's a beautiful color. I mean, hello. Then, oh, you always have to smell. Oh, thyme is in the mint family, so it's really aromatic. It definitely smells herbaceous and not like peppermint at all. But most things in the mint family have kind of warming and cooling action. With thyme, the warming action is definitely more pronounced. Oh, let's take a sip. Thyme with lemon and honey, chef's kiss. This is so good if you feel like you have a cold coming on. Thyme as an iced tea is also really tasty as well. Next up, let's talk about herbal steams. Super low tech yet again. An herbal steam, grab your heat-proof vessel of choice. You could do this in a saucepan on the stove as well if you heat up your water there. Today I just have a regular old casserole dish that I've placed here on the table. And we're gonna fill it with really, really hot water. The whole point is the steam. Then you add your herb of choice to it, or herbs. Thyme has some friends that you could totally put in here together for a little extra inhalant soothing action. Rosemary would be delightful, sage, even lavender, extra soothing, a little citrus in there, whatever floats your boat. But today the star is thyme for those antimicrobial properties. When you're congested, we want to break up that congestion in your head, and the steam, those vapors, are gonna help you do so. So I suggest having perhaps a box of tissues nearby, because it can get a little stillby-gooby, but that's the point. That's what we're here for. You could work with herbal steams, not when you're ill, but before you think you might get ill. Let's say you go to a holiday party and Uncle Roger was there coughing his crazy head off, and you're not super excited about that. When you get home, a thyme steam is a great way. It's soothing. Throw your lavender in here too after that family event, because Uncle Roger is stressful, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have a delightful inhalation of steam that's gonna help those antimicrobial properties, help to flush out any of the ickies that might be hanging out in our sinuses, and it's just gonna be so soothing. So here we go. I have my hot water here. I'm gonna add in my herb. We're gonna play pretend today. Just enough to sort of cover the surface of the water. And then we're gonna make a tent, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Herbalist beach towel. Never leave home without your towel, right? And then 1, 2, 3, whoop-boom. Just like that. Make yourself a little steam tent. It can get a little warm in here. If you need a break, that's okay. Open up that towel, give yourself a break, but really enjoy the steam and those vapors as they come into contact with the affected tissue. They help to hydrate and they help to break up any congestion or icky stuff that's hanging out in your sinuses, in your airways. Hey, did you like and subscribe yet? Please do, and say hi in the comments. I love sharing herbal goodies with you guys. This is so easy. Thyme is delicious. Thyme steam is fantastic. And let me know if there's anything else that's a burning herbal question for you. I'd love to give you a hand. See you soon.